In this video we're going to look at using our calculator. Now it's really important when we're using our calculator to recognise the steps we need to take to get our answer. So in this question here we can see that we have a sum which is under a square root. Okay, so that's saying that this sum is all going to be square rooted. It's also got a fraction line, so we should know that that line means divide. Now everything above, that whole sum is being divided by 5. Now because all of that is being divided by 5, that must be the last thing that we must do on our calculator. We know that all of this sum under here is being square rooted, so we need to do that after we've worked out the answer to this here. So the first thing we need to do on our calculator is to type this in. So we've got 22.3 and we add 42.6 to it. Okay, so that sum comes first and equals. The answer is square rooted, so we're going to use our square root button on a calculator. So square root, we can press equals here, we can press answer, either or is fine. Okay, so answer would just say that we want the square root of the answer that happened before, and that equals that. Then we want to tell the calculator we want to divide that answer by 5. Okay, so the answer to this to one decimal place would be 1.6. The 1 doesn't change to 6, so that's finished. So this is equal to 1.6 to 1 decimal place. Okay, so that is finished. I'll put that in pen so we can see it a little bit better. 6, 1 decimal place. Another way you can do this is utilise the brackets function on your calculator. So you're going to say that you want this, okay, this part of your sum all divided by 5, but we want to work out what that bit of our sum is first. Okay, so we're going to put a bracket, we're going to do a square root, and we're going to say inside that bracket we've got another bracket, 22.3 add 42.6. We're going to close that bracket, we're going to close the other bracket, so you can see here we've got brackets closed, and all of that is being divided by 5, and it gives us exactly the same answer. So we're utilising the bracket function. I'm going to put that in red so we can see. So this sum needs to be done before the square root, and the square root needs to be worked out before we divide by 5, and that one's done. Next one then, slightly different this time. So we've got the square root for everything that's under this here first. Now we can use our fraction button to put this into the calculator. So we would say we've got 56 and we've got our fraction of 2.4, and that is equal to that, and we add 32, press our equal sign. Now all of this is being square rooted, so the square root of our answer this time is equal to 7.4 to 1 decimal place. Again, we can utilise our brackets by saying that we want everything inside here to be calculated before the square root happens. So we're going to say square root, because the square root happens first. We're going to do a bracket, 56, fraction button, 2.4, add 32, close bracket, and that gives us an identical answer there. So either or is absolutely fine. Just make sure you use your calculator correctly. Next one then, we have got 1.4 all being divided by what is under here. So we've got 33, take away 24 first this time, because this needs to be worked out before we can divide by everything under here, and that equals that. We want to do the square root of 9. You may know that in your head, you may not need to use a calculator. If you're not sure, use your calculator now. So we've got 3, and we want to divide 1.4 divided by our answer there, so we can say answer equals this. So to 1 decimal place we've got 0.5 5 this time. As when we look at this number here, this 6 is going to change that to a 5 before it disappears. Using our brackets on the calculator, we can say the 1.4 needs to be divided by everything under here, with this part of our sum done first before we're doing our calculation. So 1.4 is divided by brackets, square root, so bracket, square root, another set of brackets, 33, take away 24, close our brackets, equals this. Exactly the same answer. I hope this helps with your homework. Thank you for watching and good luck.